Hey guys! So I am knocking out another video today because it's just what I want to do, I guess. So, video number 3 in one day. Oh, okay. And I haven't posted in like a week and a half. This is how I'm going to do this right now, I guess. Anyway, so I found this on Tumblr and I thought it was kind of fun and I kind of wanted to start it hopefully throughout the community to get some people's answers. It is a 17 questions tarot themed questionnaire, whatnot. Anyway, without further ado, first question is, what was your first deck and how did it come into your possession? My first deck actually was the Revelations deck. I still have it, of course. I read with it pretty exclusively for probably, I want to say, close to 10 years. And I realized as I got further into tarot that it was a rather advanced deck because it has reversal meanings as well. So I maybe should have picked out something a little easier, but it came into my possession because I saw it in Barnes & Noble, I think, when I was with my ex-boyfriend, and I think I was like 18, 19-ish, 20, somewhere around there. And I loved it, especially because of the artwork. It's kind of stained glass-ish. It's really beautiful. And I will do a video showing all of my decks so far. I'm kind of waiting on that a little bit, though, because I'm actually going to be getting a few more decks soon. So, question number 2. When did you first start... Okay. And I'm not going to edit that out. You guys just get to see me fumble my words and start laughing. When did you first start learning tarot? And there goes my phone off and my son's banging around in his room. Yeah, you know. I kind of answered that in my last question. I first started learning tarot when I was about 18 years old. I had an interest in it since I was about 15, but it just didn't pick it up until then. I actually first started working with an oracle deck. I think it was like an Angel's oracle deck. And I didn't realize there was a difference between the two at the time, and then I looked into, tarot was different, so tarot is what I want to learn, and then I picked up the Revelations deck. What is your most used deck? Question number 3, what is your most used deck? Originally, it was the Revelations. Like I said, I used that for about 10 years. But right now, and for the last year and a half, just about, it is the Wild Unknown. So, this was an indie deck, and I actually got it after it was mass-produced because I couldn't afford to spend $50 on a deck. So I was really thrilled when it was became more readily available for a cheaper price, just because it's so hard for me to do $50 a deck. Like, I want to support indie artists, but I just don't have the money, which sucks because there's a handful of indie decks that I really want to get. But right now, it is definitely the Wild Unknown, and it's mostly just because the Wild Unknown is it's very nature-based, and that's what drew me to it. So I can't get enough of it. I love that deck. I want to start using other decks a little bit more, though. Do you have a favorite card, and what is it? That's question number 5. Let's see if I can find it here. So, my star sign or zodiac sign is Aquarius. And here it is right here. The 4th card in. The star is the card that is associated with my zodiac sign. So that's one of my favorite cards. Focus. Coincidentally, I really also like the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Moon. Those are a few other of my favorite cards. I'm always excited to see those in my readings. Let's see. Question number 6. Do you use oracle cards? Do you use them in conjunction with tarot? I actually just discovered this is a thing that you can do. So I am going to start using them in conjunction with tarot. There is a weekly reading that I found online that does both of them, that you can start obviously at any time of the week, but probably at the beginning of the week. And I thought that was really cool, so I really wanted to do that. I do use oracle cards, but not a whole lot. As you guys have seen, I just got a new oracle deck, the Work Your Light. And I really want to get a little bit more into oracle decks because I feel that they are very versatile. So I'm kind of hoping to build my collection a little bit there too. What's your preference, tarot or oracle? Tarot, but I do think both of them have their uses. It's question number 7. God, I'm so bad about this. Number 8. Is there one deck you really want at the moment? The Moonchild Tarot. Oh my gosh, the Moonchild Tarot. It comes out next month and I'm like obsessed with it. The Marigold Tarot is another one, and these are both indie decks, that just, it's intriguing. I'm not sure if I really vibe with it very well, but it's really pretty. But the Moonchild Tarot, I need that at some point. Number 9, do you have a tarot wish list and what's on it? Holy cow. Okay, I actually have one on Amazon, and it's tarot and oracle, and I think there's like 15 decks on there right now. So there's a lot. And mostly it's just decks that I'm curious about, that they seem like I could pick them up for an easy, affordable price. But, you know, that too. I also collect decks, so that doesn't help. Let's see. Question number 10. Do you own any edition of the Rider-Waite? No. I don't like the Rider-Waite. I don't know why. Like, I think it would be kind of fun, maybe just because, but the artwork is just, it's blah. Like, it's just not my thing. I don't care for the Rider-Waite. I need decks to have a lot of visual oomph to them, I guess. So the Rider-Waite just doesn't do it for me. So, and I know a lot of people who really like the Rider-Waite just because it's traditional, but I'm not a traditional type person, trust me. Number 11, do you do readings for other people? If so, do you use certain decks? I do readings for other people, although I am really kind of trying to learn how to perfect that. So I'm kind of a newbie at it. But I read for close friends sometimes, and I try to keep it simple, a few card spread, whatnot. I do kind of want to get more familiarized with using certain decks for certain things, because each deck I do think has its own personality, per se. So there's that. Number 12. Is there a deck you only use for yourself? Technically, I've used all of my decks for other people, but there are decks that I think I would prefer to use for myself, and I think it's mostly the Revelations, just because I've had it for so long and it was my first deck, so it's just a nostalgia thing. Question 13. Are there certain decks you use for certain purposes? What decks, what purposes? Again, I just kind of covered this. I don't really have decks that I use for certain purposes, although I kind of would like to start doing that more as I familiarize myself with the cards, the concept, and each deck. I got the Work Your Light Oracle specifically to help with self-love, so that is one thing that I think I could also add on that question. Question 14. Is there a deck that you own but rarely or never use? There's actually a couple, because I collect them. I have the Art Nouveau, and I actually just went through it the other night. I've owned it for 10 years, and I just went through it the other night, and it still was completely in, like, it hadn't ever been shuffled, so I actually sat and completely shuffled it. I also own the Goddess Tarot, and I've never used it. Or I think maybe I've used it once or twice shortly after I got it. And these decks I both have had for about a decade, so it's kind of crazy. But I plan on starting to work a little bit more with all of my decks. Just mix it up. Question 15. Are any of your friends or family interested in tarot? Most of my friends have a general curiosity. I do have one of my best friends is actually an atheist, but she has kind of an interest in witchcraft, and she does own a couple of decks herself and has explored tarot some and oracle as well. So we do get together and talk tarot, but she also is pretty new to she's new to the concept as well, so kind of learning, it's a learning experience for her as well. My husband is kind of meh to it. I mean, I sit behind him while he's on his computer. I sit on the couch downstairs and I'll do readings all the time. And I'll be like, I got this card. And he'll be like, oh, okay. So I don't really think he has much of an opinion. But I do have friends who have a general curiosity and sometimes they'll ask for a reading. It just depends. And then I have other family who may or may not think it might be evil. But we all know it's not, so. Question number 16. Would you ever make your own deck? If yes, what theme or style would you go for? I think that would be a really fun concept, and I am an artistic person, but I think it would be quite a feat and it would be really, really hard for me to execute. But for a theme, the thing is that you could do so many things with tarot. And I'm not saying this specifically that this is something I want to do, but I have seen these before on Etsy and kind of around, but I really want a Sailor Moon tarot deck. It's not something I would ever make, but wow, man, I want one. But yeah, I don't know if I would ever make one myself. I'm not even sure where I would begin with it. Like I said, it'd just be really hard to execute, I think, for me and just my skills. I may be selling myself short, but yeah. Final question, question number 17. Do you use any other forms of divination? Yes, I do. I really want to get into tea leaf reading. That actually is something that I plan on picking up. I have always been curious and never done it. My other main form is runes. So I do use runes. I have a set of amethyst runes. And I do use my pendulum a little bit. But honestly, I would love to explore all forms of divination because it is actually one of the things in my path that has stayed consistent that I've been very fascinated with. And I've been fascinated with it since I was pretty little too. So I would love to explore other forms as well. So with that said, excuse me, these are the questions. 17 Tarot asks. I will actually copy and paste them in the little text bar down below. If anyone wants to jump on this, I would love to hear your guys' answers. I think this is kind of a fun thing to spread around. I will say though that I found this on Tumblr and the author is Peppermint Witchcraft. So Peppermint Witchcraft, peppermint-witchcraft.tumblr.com. So I did not write this, so just letting you guys know. Anyway, and I will link their blog as well down below. Anyway, blessed be. I hope you guys enjoyed my answers.